Okay, picture this, a perfect croissant. It's flaky, buttery, and it's totally French, right? Well, maybe not. We all love this thing. But what if I told you that the whole heroic origin story we've all heard, the one with the war and the victory, is basically a big, delicious lie? Let's peel back those layers and get to the real story. Yeah, this is the story we all know, a delicious taste of victory. I mean, it's so romantic, isn't it? The whole legend is built around this idea of heroism and culinary triumph. It takes a simple breakfast pastry and turns it into this amazing symbol of defiance, supposedly born right in the middle of a battle. So, here's how the legend goes. The year is 1683. The Ottoman army is laying siege to the city of Vienna. And under the cover of darkness, they're trying to tunnel their way under the city walls, a classic sneak attack. But, they didn't count on one thing, the bakers. Those guys were already up, firing up their ovens, getting ready for the day. So they hear this digging, right? And boom, they sound the alarm. And just like that, Vienna is saved from this surprise attack. And to celebrate this amazing victory, what do? They bake something new, a pastry shaped exactly like the crescent moon on the Ottoman flag. So they could, literally eat their enemy. It's an incredible story. Maybe a little too incredible, if you ask me. I mean, come on, patriotism and pastry, what's not to love? But yeah, what if that whole story is just baked? A total fabrication. It's time to actually look at the facts, because what really happened is, in a lot of ways, even more interesting than the myth. Okay, so let's start poking some holes in this thing. Where does this heroic legend start to fall apart? Well, as soon as you look at the actual historical record, you start seeing some pretty major cracks in the crust. All right, check this out. The myth says 1683, Vienna. History says, nope. The first time anything like a croissant shows up is in Paris, around 1838. That's a huge gap. And what about that awesome story with the bakers saving the day? Well, historians can't find a single word about it anywhere until the 1900s. The story is actually way, way younger than the food it's supposed to be about. I mean, just look at this timeline. It lays it all out. 1683, and then nothing until 1838. That's over a century and a half. There's just no way the dates line up. The legend is over here, and reality is on a totally different path. Okay, so if the whole heroic baker story is out, then where did the croissant come from? What's the real deal? Funny enough, the answer is still in Vienna. It just has absolutely nothing to do with the war. So let's meet the real ancestor of the croissant. Say hello to the kipferl. This right here is the OG, the true ancestor. And here's the key thing. This was a super common bread roll in Vienna for ages, way, way before that siege in 1683 ever happened. So its crescent shape, it had nothing to do with victory or flags. It was just a shape, a tasty, popular shape. So the big question is, how does this Austrian bread roll become the symbol of France? Well, for that, the story has to pack its bags and move to Paris. And this is where things get really cool. It's a story about an immigrant, some smart business moves, and a little bit of culinary magic. It all kicks off around 1838. An Austrian guy, August Zang, opens up a boulangerie viennoise, a Viennese bakery, right in Paris. He starts selling his hometown favorite, the kipferl, and the Parisians absolutely lose their minds over it. It becomes the hot new thing. So naturally, French bakers are like, hey, we want in on this, and they start making their own. But, and this is the genius part, they don't just copy it, they make it better. They ditch the denser dough and use their own amazing flaky, buttery puff pastry instead. And right there, that's the moment the kipferl transforms, and the modern French croissant is born. So there you have it. The croissant isn't a symbol of French victory, it's an Austrian pastry that got a major upgrade in Paris. But that still leaves one big nagging question, right? Why do we still tell the battle story? Why does that romantic myth stick around when the truth is right there? Well, it really comes down to this. We're human, and we love a good story. A dramatic tale about heroic bakers saving a city from an invading army? That's just way more exciting and memorable than an Austrian guy opened a successful bakery. The myth turns breakfast into an epic saga of national pride and heroism. It just feels better, It's a much more satisfying story to tell. So now you know the truth. The real story isn't about war at all. It's about immigration, sharing ideas, and a little bit of culinary genius. So next time you're about to bite into that perfect flaky croissant, what's going to be on your mind? The heroic myth of a military victory, or the true story of an Austrian import that was perfected by Paris? Honestly, either way, it's still going to be delicious.